Getting AI to produce in your voice, tone, and style is a question I get a lot. The shortest answer of that is you got to provide a ton of context and a ton of examples. There's the personal brand side of it where you want it to sound like you as a person writing an email, writing a post, in which case you need to provide a lot of examples of your writing. Unlike if you're writing from a brand or creating content for a company, it's the same concept, but it's a little bit different in the sense that you can start with who is the ideal customer for that company. And now let's make sure if there's not like a name and a face attached to the writing, let's make sure that the writing is optimized to help that person as much as we can. And then just use iteration after iteration and provide feedback on what the engagement's like. So like a specific example of this is in like subject lines for emails. The best engagement and the best opened emails that we've seen there's certain commonalities and trends to them, but they're always on brand in the voice that the recipient is expecting. So what you can do, because it's a very tactical kind of thing, is you could take all of your last 10 emails and all of the subject lines and the corresponding open rates of that subject line and provide that to AI, whether that's like a copy paste or a screenshot or whatever. And then you ask it to prompt and produce subject lines for these upcoming emails based on what's getting best engagement, what's getting the most open rate. So you have this kind of common ground of like, okay, we need to have a certain level of writing the emails in our voice, in our brand's voice, and we also need to maintain the company's branding style. So we need to be able to maintain the personal brand voice, but also if your company has a specific voice. And to not get that mixed up, what's most important is that you take the AI model and you have these threads that are kind of siloed, and you're using it to evaluate subject lines, email content, any type of writing that you're doing. And you're going, next time it comes to produce more email, to produce more subject lines, to produce more social media content, you're going back to that thread that has been trained. It has produced content. It has been trained on the results that that content has produced, because now it's getting smarter and smarter. Now you're getting to a point where you're replacing what you would otherwise have to, hire employees to accomplish. And I think that's where, the puck is going. Clearly, there's a combination of team and technology that's needed. And in order to make this AI as useful as possible for your brand and in your brand's voice, you got to make sure that you know how to drive this car, because one of the dangers of having a vehicle that drives itself is that you don't know how to drive. You forget how to drive. I haven't driven in like 3 weeks, and here I am having to figure out where the turn signal's at. Train your AI on your personal brand. If it's a company, train the AI on your company. Train it on your customers before you start to try to produce content. Anything and everything that you can provide, the more, the better.